Welcome to Lunch with LoLo and Liza. Today's topic is 7 quick and easy ways to jumpstart your digital detox for 2014.
So maybe you're here because maybe your phone is the last thing you see at night and the first thing you look for in the morning.
Maybe you're here because the longest relationship you've had is with your phone.
Maybe you're here because you're feeling fatigued and low energy from spending so much time in front of screens.
Or maybe you're here simply because you realize you're spending more time in your virtual life than on your real live life.
Whether it's extreme texting, tweeting, Googling, posting, blogging, the phenomenon of being caught in the web of the web is real.
Yeah. And we're glad you're here because you're not alone. In fact, 91% of people with smartphones have it by them 24/7.
That means if that's you and it resonates with you, you are checking your phone or a tech device over 150 times a day. That's about once every 6.5 minutes.
Wow. Well, and I have to say,
and you get distracted.
what did you say?
Exactly. We notice it's a problem because we have it too.
Yeah. That's actually true. My advice, though, isn't necessarily the phone as much. It's actually that I spend hours checking the emails, sending them out, writing out a contract so far into the night that I develop migraines. And that's my body's way of telling me that I need a digital detox.
Yeah. And I've been working virtually as a coach and a client for years, traveling a lot, so my life is very connected to online and have to find Wi-Fi everywhere. And sometimes I need an escape, so I go very, very far. Maybe I've worked the last couple years in South Africa, Nigeria, Kenya, Brazil. But you know what? Wherever you go, more and more, this is the way of life. No matter where you are on the globe, you're probably having a challenge of balancing your tech life because no matter where you are, you can be connected.
Yeah, that's true. And it really wasn't until I started seeing the research behind this as to, like, why is it so hard to let go of these devices? Like, why does this feel like a ball and chain or handcuffs to us? It's always around. And it wasn't until I started seeing that there's actually a chemical reaction that goes on in your brain where dopamine, this pleasure response, is released every time you see that somebody sent you an email or updated your status or liked it or shared it, whatever it is. And the honest truth about that is that the dopamine is like a short release when it comes to the digital world. It's not the same type of pleasure response that you get when you, for example, connect with a loved one and have a great hug. That felt good.
Yep. So instead of having these small rushes that kind of turn into addiction where you have to keep finding that source of pleasure, we want to bring you back into your own body. And there are 12 dimensions to our well-being as human beings. And we're going to focus on the first one today, the foundation piece, your self-love and responsibility. And we're going to be doing this digital detox not because we don't love technology. We actually do. We really enjoy what it facilitates with the ease of movement, staying in touch without proximity. But we realize in order to have the results we want in our life, we need to take care of ourselves from an authentic place and make sure that our well-being is in an optimal position. And it's not having a device in your hand all the time. So a digital detox, or a detox in general, is cleansing your system of certain behaviors and toxins so that you can regain balance.
That's right.
The idea of doing a digital detox is you want to make room for new ways to live your life in balance with your technology as a tool, not as a lifestyle. We want to help you learn how to disconnect from being so hyperactive and hyper-connected all the time so that you can be more present when you're away from being online and come back to your real life. We want you to feel more re-energized and patient when you do step away, and also figuring out how are you going to re-engage and be more productive when you do reconnect. So we're going to help move you through some practices that you can do on your own. We're going to do them together today. And the idea is that you'll be able to focus your attention better and re-energize where you're at.
So now, LoLo and folks, this is the moment of truth. Take your digital device, so maybe it's a phone, Maybe it is 2 phones because you have several lives.
Maybe it's an iPad,
Yeah.
computers.
Whatever it is.
It's time to untether.
Ah, cords. It's time to put it away. So put your phone away from you and allow yourself to just focus on what's in front of you, which is us.
Yeah. So tuck your tech away. You know it's going to be there when we're done.
For sure. So,
Okay.
what will they need today?
Now you're going to need a good old-fashioned piece of paper and a pen or marker. Okay, let's keep it simple. And if you happen to have a glass of water or something, we want to keep you hydrated too. But really, all you need is old-fashioned piece of paper and a pen.
Listo?
Listo!
All right.
We are ready to start your digital detox.
Great. So the first tip for your digital detox, tongue twister, is to ask yourself, what's one thing that you can do right now to be self-loving and caring? How about taking a deep breath? Right? Because with your computer, if you have it running all day long, it'll eventually just die the battery out, right? It just dies unless you plug it back in. The same is true of us as human beings. If we don't re-energize, then our system shuts down. So the best way for us to re-energize is to come back to our breath. Now that could be like easily said. It's like, great, breathing. How do I do that? I breathe all the time. Well, here is one breathing activity called Sitali that's really good for bringing energy back into the body. So sit up nice and tall, great, and just let your eyes close. And purse your lips as if you were sipping through a straw. And slowly inhale through the mouth. Close the mouth, pause, and exhale out through your nose. Again, pursing the lips, slow inhale up to the brain. Close the mouth, pause to feel, and exhale out through your nose. Again, purse the lips, slow inhale. Close the mouth, pause, and exhale through your nose. And then just slowly open your eyes and check back in with how you feel. How did that make you feel, LoLo?
I'm feeling centered. Nice. So we start with the breath, because that's your self-regulator. If we're talking about your operating system, when things get overloaded or overwhelmed, you need to do something. Think about when you're actually on the computer and you have too many browser windows open or too many applications running. Your system slows down, it gets sluggish. Well, this can happen in our bodies as well, and it's not creating the optimal environment for productivity or relaxation, whichever way you're trying to go. So we want to figure out, what do you need to do to come back into your body? You know, it's very easy to fall out of sync with what's going on in your physical body because we're so pulled in different directions and distracted by many, the pings here, the email there, the Facebook status there. You know, you sit down at the computer, it's 12 hours later, you've checked your email, you've updated your Facebook status, you've, checked the trending topics on Twitter, and you've cyberstalked your ex and vanity Googled yourself. And you notice your body like this, right? You're in what we like to call tech geek position, okay? Our bodies were not meant to be tight necks, bunched over. So what we want to do, and what you need in those moments, is a tech body reset, okay? So reset, you're going to bring your body back up. Pretend like there's a string tied to the bottom of your spine, coming all the way up your spine, and tied to a balloon above your head. And it's elongating each vertebrae in your spine. Okay, so you're sitting tall. You might want to make sure that you have something that's behind your lower mid-back. We're using yoga blocks, but you could roll up a towel, put a couple pillows. But the idea is support your body for optimal positioning. So you've sat straight up, your body's supported, roll your shoulders back, lift your chin, because so much of the time we're rolled over, Lift your chin so that you're looking out at the horizon. Take your right hand, put it on your heart. Take your left hand, put it on your abdomen. And now breathe all the way down so that the hand on your belly and your abdomen is the one that's moving. So we're going to take 3 breaths. In through your nose, and out through your mouth. In through your nose. One more. So this is your tech body reset. This is going to bring us back each time. And now Liza's going to tell us, when do we do this?
I'm just looking at our agenda because we've got so many great things packed in here for you guys. But the third way to jumpstart your digital detox is really to look at when do you go into tech geek mode. So that, like, hunched over, neck is strained, posture is rounded. When do you go into that posture? And it's usually when you've been seated at the computer too long or you don't have enough support in the back. So we call this tip, be mindful even when your mind is full. So when your mind is full of things like your to-do list, think of just a moment of checking in and follow the 20-20-20 rule. So the 20-20-20 rule says for every 20 minutes that you're by the computer, take at least 20 seconds away from the computer, 20 feet. So 20-20-20. And why does this help? It helps in a number of ways. It helps with repetitive stress injury in the neck muscles. It helps with lower back pain when you take a moment to walk around, maybe even do a stretch. And it helps because a lot of us have carpal tunnel or tennis elbow. We've never played tennis, but it's because of technology. So, yep, be mindful even when your mind is full, okay? And another quick and easy way to jumpstart your digital detox is to actually move away from the technology. Our brain is only stimulated in certain ways from looking at a screen. We want to cross-laterally use our brain to bring back creativity and new ways of thinking. And it also re-energizes just being able to come back and sit and do work, because we not only have to find the work-life balance. So now we want you to actually take out your piece of paper, okay? Can I have one too? Yes. Oh, thank you.
Okay. And, yep, and you need a pen. And what you're going to do, okay, this is now coming back to the no judgment zone. Okay, this is about self-love. So every time you're like, oh, I'm not doing it right or wrong, there's not a right or wrong. It's just you either do it or you don't. You take breaks and you build in this way to detox from your digital devices. And so what I want you to do, I'm going to give you the directions, but this is to play, so there's no right or wrong. I want you to start at the top left corner of your piece of paper, okay? So you're going to put the pen down, but not all the way at the top, a little bit below. And I want you to draw a vertical line almost all the way to the bottom of the page, but not all the way, okay? Don't lift the pen up. Now, draw a perpendicular line, which is just coming straight, go to the right, a horizontal line. Okay, now you can lift your pen up. You should have, or maybe you made a little corner. In that corner, I want you to draw a circle. Okay? Next to that circle, I want you to draw a downward facing triangle, but only a two-sided triangle, and it's downward facing. So the point is facing the bottom of your page. Once again, don't judge, just do what you can. Okay? Next to that downward two-sided triangle, you are going to draw another vertical line, about the same length of what you did for the downward arrow. Okay, so one vertical line. Go back to the top of your vertical line, and you're going to draw a horizontal line that goes to the right. Halfway down that vertical line, draw another horizontal line going to the right. And your last stroke is going to be go to the bottom of that vertical line and draw one more horizontal line to the right.
Okay.
Okay? So this was playing. Let's see what we got. Ready? Okay, so we drew love.
Love.
So even in that activity, simple, silly, but that's what we encourage ourselves to build into our days so that we're not so connected all the time. We want to re-engage our brain in other ways. So just doing that, just drawing, using old-fashioned handwriting, and having your brain cooperate with you in a different way helps you detox from your digital life and bring you back to more awareness to what you're doing in your present life.
For sure. The fifth way to start your digital detox is to cultivate connections, but not just any connections, conscious connections. See, we think that we're connecting with somebody when we send out an email or a text, or maybe even we check and post something on Facebook. We think we're connecting, but we're often left with that kind of like empty, maybe even lonely feeling, or it just doesn't feel quite the same as connecting live and in person.
Yeah.
So for this one, for number 5, we're looking at a challenge. We hope you guys like challenges. So the challenge here is for you on that very same piece of paper that we were just working with, is to list 3 people who've been on your mind. Who are those 3 people that you've been thinking about? I know one, my brother, actually. 3 people that you can reach out to in the old-fashioned way. So it may be writing an old-fashioned letter through snail mail. It may be picking up the phone and having a conversation and catching up with them. Yes, you're using technology to do that, but it's still a deeper connection than just an email or a Facebook message. Or perhaps, this is the ideal setting, is like literally schedule time to see them live. So write down right now 3 people that have been on your mind that you can reach out to in one of those fashions, one of those ways, and circle 1 that you're willing to connect with today. So I'm going to actually write mine down right now.
Go ahead. Write your 3 connections. Okay, so in this idea that we're going to cultivate conscious connections, when's the last time, even just today, that you got up and you walked around? You actually moved your physical body. And if you did that, did you bring, were you tethered is what we like to call it. Maybe not actually with a wire, your phone might be charged, but we like to think of it as you're either tethered or untethered. And even for us, we've built in daily practice of doing untethered walks. Now, we're very fortunate. This call, we are right now in Miami. Okay, it's sunny, it's beautiful. Yeah. We have a lot of gratitude.
We're not going to tell you how warm it is. Some of you guys are in like this polar vortex up here.
Yeah. So if you are somewhere where you can walk outside, we want you to go untethered. That means leaving all of your devices at home. And, I mean, start small, 5 minutes. See what it's like to be away. It really does allow you to feel lighter. You are not attached. Whatever is happening, you will get back to it. It's putting your life first. You are the most important ingredient in your life.
Oh my gosh, yeah. But, you know, this has been one of the game changers for me because I've been able to actually go out on walks with the dog and really get into a zen place because I don't have the phone. Yeah. And it totally addresses the FOMO, the phenomena. You know about FOMO?
FOMO.
Do you guys know about FOMO? FOMO is the fear of missing out. And that's why we're so dependent on our devices. We think that we're going to miss out on something, but the only thing we're really missing out on is the present moment. And that's the gift. That's why they call it the present moment.
Yeah. So our challenge to you is when we're done, because we want you to stay, we're going to be wrapping it up, but we want you to go for an untethered walk, whether that's outdoors or to just do a victory lap around your office. But the challenge actually is to connect with someone else, even just a small greeting. Hey, how you doing? And if even that's too much, smile and nod. But to actually come back to engaging with someone else. and then you can return and handle whatever it is you need to handle. But 5 minutes for yourself and connecting with someone else is going to change the energy for your day.
Oh, yeah, that's a real good one. So we've come to our 7th strategy for the digital detox. And this one is visualizing your balanced tech life. So this is an interactive component. So I just want you to take one hand onto your heart, one hand onto the belly, and to get centered, close your eyes again. And start to work with your breath. If Sitali really helped you, you can go back to pursing the lips and drawing your inhale through the mouth and exhaling through the nose. And just take a few breaths here to come back to the body, to come back to what you're feeling in this very moment. Start to welcome in new life, new energy into the lungs. And when you feel that you are present to your breath and present in your body, I want you to just draw in a visual of your wiser self. So just start to pull this into your vision and start to study, what does your wiser self look like? What textures are there in terms of the skin? Is there a particular glow about your wiser self? How does your wiser self breathe? And what's the energy that you're feeling as you look at yourself in the future? Right. So as you're breathing here, your wiser self is smiling at you because they know that they're looking at a brilliant marvel in the world. And their wisdom is just oozing out through the pores of their skin and penetrating your heart and your solar plexus right now. And if you're feeling anything like a small feeling, right, of delight, pleasure, I really want you to stay with that feeling. Just knowing that you're guided by a higher force in front of you, one that represents a life that is balanced, because your wiser self has figured out how to be involved with technology, but how to use it and leverage it to make more time for you to do the things that you love and to be with the people that you love most in this world. And maybe a visual of them just popped in as well. So take a deep breath to drink that in. And with your hand that's on the solar plexus, if you have anything that you want to remove, any stuck resistance, fear of how to do all of this, how to ingest it, how to put it into practice, just take that hand and slowly pull that energy of doubt, of confusion, of worry, and just pull it out and allow your hand to place it down back into the earth so it can decompose and no longer drain you. Take a deep breath in and just gently thank your wiser self for gracing you with their presence. And just slowly begin to open the eyes and come back to the now.
And thank yourself for honoring your deeper self-love.
Yeah.
By being here, by realizing you want to regain balance with your tech life. And Liza and I, we work with people. We want to continue working with you and helping you to create a customized wellness program that helps you balance your tech life. You're worth it. You're the best and most important thing in your life. We need you to be in your optimal place to be able to really give to the world. So we'd love to continue supporting you in your journey. We'd love for you to contact us. Now this is where on your piece of paper,
Yes.
write support@ambrosialifestyle.com. We'd love to set up a free wellness coaching strategy session with you, and normally it's $297 to do that. And for you taking the time with us today, we want to help you on this journey. And we'd love to find out more about your feedback about this digital detox, because this is our journey together. We're learning as we go how to live fully our lives and use technology as a tool to support the quality of life that we want. So visit us at Ambrosia Lifestyle on Facebook or ambrosialifestyle.com to learn more about how you can get involved in this movement and how to support your optimal life design.
Yeah. In doing so, you'll also get updates on any future events like this, which are going to be so valuable for you to have at your fingertips.
So thank you so much for joining us. We really appreciate you spending the time with us and taking the time for yourself. This is time well invested. So now you are focused, you are ready, you are centered, you're evolving your tech-life balance, and this is how you're going to thrive. Upwards and onwards. See you next time. Check out our Facebook, Ambrosia Lifestyle, and at ambrosialifestyle.com to find out about our next digital detox. We're going to keep doing these programs because we're learning and evolving together.
Bye, guys.
Bye. Ciao.